There are toxic causes of hearing loss, so side effects from some antibiotics, some drugs that fight cancer cause hearing loss. Ototoxic medications, cochlear toxic, the hearing loss could be anywhere from mild to severe. The hearing loss often occurs in the high frequencies. It's important to monitor and counsel patients if there are no alternatives. Excessive amounts of alcohol, nicotine, or alcohol could also cause hearing loss. Noise causes hearing loss, so there was a temporary threshold shift or a permanent threshold shift. I use the example of temporary threshold shift. Let's say you're leaving a loud concert and your ears are ringing. If I were to test your hearing, it probably would show a bit of a hearing loss. Now, a few days after the concert, your outer hair cells would have recovered. So temporary threshold shift can be the result of an intense noise or brief exposure, but it heals. But it shows, or it's like a warning sign that you're damaging your ears. So when you hear your ears ringing, that's your outer hair cells saying, you're in trouble, you're in trouble. And then it goes away. But if you repeatedly are exposed to those sounds, you're going to have a permanent threshold shift. And men tend to have higher incidences of permanent threshold shifts because of their occupations and their hobbies. So loss of the hair cells are the supporting structures at the basal end of the cochlea. You also have nerve degeneration, biological changes in the sensory cells, the physical dislodging of the hair cells during sound level stimulation, and damage to the cochlear blood supply. An acoustic trauma, a noise from an impulse sound such as an explosion, can cause hearing loss. Industrial noise, jet engines, those pneumatic hammers they do when they're drilling on the sidewalks, the roads, being on the subways, loud music, that all cause hearing loss. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA, has guidelines and recommendations for workers, and it says this, they have the scale in which workers may be safely exposed to intense sounds. So a worker can be in an environment with 85 decibels for 8 hours a day, but once that goes up to 90 decibels, they can only be in that environment for 4 hours a day. Anything beyond that will cause a hearing loss. Sound level meters are used to measure the intensity of a sound in a noisy situation, and they determine whether the noise level falls within or exceeds the damage risk criteria determined by OSHA. So that's the tool that we use to judge whether or not the noise levels are safe. There's cochlear hearing loss following surgical implications. So surgical complications could arise in an attempt to repair middle ear problems that might result in hearing loss or vertigo. Sudden idiopathic sensory neural hearing loss, a viral infection, an autoimmune disease, rupturing the basilar membrane, a tumor. A person might have hearing one day and then catch one of these things and lose their hearing the next day. This could occur at any age. If it's caught early, steroids could help to fix the problem or reverse the problem. Meniere's disease, I spoke about briefly in the few PowerPoints ago. It is a disease that has a sudden, unilateral, one-sided fluctuating hearing loss. The symptoms include sudden attacks of vertigo, tinnitus, vomiting, and unilateral hearing loss. Not all symptoms are present with each case. It's extremely handicapping when it comes on without warning, and it's caused by an underabsorption of endolymph, the cochlea. Head trauma, torn, stretched, deteriorated structures of the inner ear could cause hearing loss. Fracture, a strong pressure wave, a skull insult, a rupture of the wrong window. The hearing loss could be severe to profound. Finally, there's presbycusis. Presbycusis is hearing loss due to age-related hearing loss. There's no other factors contributing to hearing loss aside from the advancement of age. So the aging process produces abnormalities in the auditory systems, usually in the early 60s for men and the late 60s for women. People with presbycusis have difficulty understanding speech. Even when sounds are louder, the speech is still difficult because presbycusis means that your outer hair cells are damaged. So when your outer hair cells are damaged, you might be able to sense that there's speech happening in the background, but not get enough of the message to fully understand what's being said. 45% of adults over the age of 65 have some form of hearing loss. Hearing loss is handicapping in social, emotional, vocational, and psychological areas of a person's life, which you'll learn more about in oral rehab.